If they mark down my grades that I went through, if my students don't get what I firmly believe they deserve, then what is the point in me doing this profession? Because on one hand, everyone says, you're so valuable. We need you because child protection referrals have dropped. We need you in the classroom to spot when these kids are suffering with mental health issues. We need you to teach drugs education and sex education. We need you to help these teenagers get through life. But when it comes to my opinion on English language and English literature, the subject that I'm trained for, and the individuals that I've been teaching for a minimum of 2 years, some of them I've had them since year 7, then apparently I don't actually know what I'm talking about.
That's so insulting.
It's the most awful phrase, and it's used all the time. Can we trust the teachers?
Yeah.
We don't trust the teachers' grades. Well, if you don't trust me to say what level a child deserves, why the hell are you trusting me with everything else that's on my shoulders?
Hey, do you know, it's such a powerful point. It's one that I sometimes make when industrial action is on the horizon. And I sort of realised when mine were at primary school that we were handing them over every day to adults, trusting you in many ways. And it sounds like an exaggeration, but we're trusting you with our children's lives every morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yet when you come to us and say, trust us on this, we really need your help, we call you sort of scabs and lefties and communists and invite people to ring into the radio station to insult you.
I have been absolutely devastated. And I said to my husband, what is the point in teaching? So when the announcement was made yesterday, I was actually in my car when you guys announced it on the radio. And I sat and I sobbed. And I sobbed for myself that maybe there is an element of respect that I am afforded and maybe my judgment does count. But I also sobbed because I know the names of those students. I know what their hopes and dreams are. I know how hard they've worked. And I just want to make one point that I feel that...
I'd rather you made several thousand, actually, until the phones start ringing again.
Well, no, I've given a lot of thought over the last couple of weeks as to what is this discrepancy. In Scotland, they said that there was a 14% increase in results. In England, it's 12%. And I was thinking, well, okay, I had countless sleepless nights over what grades I was going to give these students. I went through hours and hours and hours. I went through marking and exams and individuals. I looked at books. I went through all my notes. And when I came up with a grade, I believed it firmly to be true.
Yes.
So why would my grades be inflated over an exam? And the answer is actually quite obvious.
I know, but I'm going to let you say it.
Well, I had a student, I'm going to let one of my students say it. A student said to me 2 years ago, he came out of his GCSE literature and he was furious. Yeah. He was beside himself with anger. And I said, Ollie, why are you so cross? And he said, because I know everything there is to know about Macbeth. He said, I have studied that play inside out, upside down. I could have answered 25 questions. And the only thing I was allowed to write about was Banquo's ghost. He said, I could have written a million things.
Yes.
I gave him a grade. I gave my class grades on all of their knowledge, on all of their understanding, on everything I've seen them do, not just one random question that had the element of luck
that came up or doesn't come